Welcome back, watch people. Now, I'm often asked, Paul, what watch can I buy for less than, say, £3,000 that has a potential to become a future classic and could even see my relatively modest investment grow? Now, this isn't an easy question to answer. After all, it's not my money that I'd be spending. So one has to consider the strictly limited options very carefully indeed. After all, buying a hot watch with a great future is easy when you've got big money to spend. But delving into the lower end in today's watch world, it's not so easy to predict a future potential classic or to suggest a watch that one day could become an iconic and much sought after timepiece. So much, of course, will depend on the manufacturer themselves, and then of course how the watch buying public will ultimately perceive the watch in question. So step forward the Tudor Black Bay P01, a watch that, in my opinion, just like the original James Cameron Rolex Deep Sea Sea Dweller, reference 11660, should probably have never left the factory, and even today I still wonder how it did. Now, let's get this right. This is a rather awkward looking watch that wears large, is somewhat unusual, even a bit quirky, a beautiful kind of ugly, a robust tall watch with historical origins, mainly as a failed 1967 US naval prototype that never made it into production. And I don't think that Tudor has sold too many of them to the public that have still clearly yet to be convinced. But you see, it's precisely all of those things, just like the James Cameron Mark I, that made me add a P01 to my own personal watch collection the moment it was released at Baselworld in 2019. Now, of course, guys, Tudor hold the key to the P01's future and indeed its place in history. Personally, I'm hoping for a short run before being discontinued, because this is a watch that does have a potential to become a future collector's classic. And make no mistake, this is a genuine enthusiast watch, and I actually see it in front of the far more acclaimed and much more sought after Black Bay 58 that will no doubt be produced in far greater numbers and will have a much longer lifespan. Now, for me, this is an enjoyable watch to wear. It's relatively inexpensive to buy, and for the moment at least, it's still a shop window watch. And whilst it's not something that I'm recommending you go out and break the bank to secure, if you're willing and able to take a bit of a punt on a future potential classic and you're working on a budget, then the P01 may well be worth a look. But you know me, guys, don't forget to ask for something off that shop window price.